Good morning everyone and welcome to today's music assembly. This week we are going to begin by singing One More Step Along the World I Go. Today I'm going to continue with woodwind family. Last week we looked at the single reed instruments, the clarinet and saxophone, so today I'm going to show you the flute and the double reed instruments, the oboe and bassoon. Let's begin with the flute, which many of you are already familiar with. Although made of metal nowadays, the flute was originally made of wood. As well as the standard flute, the smaller and higher sounding piccolo can also often be seen in orchestras and wind bands. The flute does not use a reed to make a sound. This is the head joint of a flute. To make a sound, the player blows across the hole on the mouthpiece, a bit like when you blow across the top of a bottle to make a sound. This is what a flute head joint sounds like without the rest of the flute attached. When the head joint is attached to the rest of the flute and the keys are used to produce a range of notes, it then sounds like this. I am now going to continue using Peter and the Wolf, written by the Russian composer Prokofiev, to listen to each instrument playing. The flute is often used to represent small birds in music, and in Peter and the Wolf, the flute is used to show the bird fluttering around the wolf's head.
On a branch of a big tree sat a little bird, Peter's friend. All is quiet, the little bird chirped gaily.
The oboe and bassoon are double reed instruments. This is a picture of their reeds. You can see that two small pieces of reed are bound together with the red string onto a thin metal tube. This can be then slotted onto the actual instrument. As with the single reed mouthpiece, the double reeds produce a squeaking sound when blown by the player before they are attached to the full instrument. This is what the oboe reed sounds like. And this is what the bassoon reed sounds like. In Peter and the Wolf, the oboe is used to represent the duck.
Just then a duck came waddling around. She was glad that Peter had not closed the gate, and decided to take a nice swim in the deep pond in the meadow.
The bassoon has a much lower sound and makes a brilliant job of representing the grumpy grandfather telling Peter off for yet again going out into the meadow on his own.
Grandfather came out. He was angry because Peter had gone to the meadow. "It's a dangerous place. If a wolf should come out of the forest, then what would you do?"
As you have half term next week, I thought it would be fun to give you a short quiz on the Woodwind family. It is 2 pages long and you can come back to them later at a time that suits you. I will also put the answers at the end of the assembly so that you can see how you got on. You will find bagpipes twice in the word search, so maybe a bonus point to the person in your family who finds them both first. And now for this week's birthdays. Firstly, happy birthday to Meredith in Year 4 who has had her birthday this week. And also happy birthday to Chris in Year 2 who will have his birthday during half term.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Epitorians. Happy birthday to you.
Well, that's the end of our assembly for this week. Don't forget, I've put the answers to the Woodwind quiz on the end of this assembly. Have a lovely half term next week and I'll see you again in June. Bye.